What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It is episode number 37, returns today on the back of our loss to Leicester. So just the 2 wins in our last 5 in all competitions for Reading. Tough mini run, but hey, listen, we're still top of the table. 5 clear of Chelsea as we get to the halfway stage today with lots of Premier League games, and we'll have the FA Cup third round at home to Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle as we begin our first ever title defense after winning it last year. Looking to go back to back like we're Drake. So yeah, loads to get through today. January window's going to open as well, but I don't think we'll do anything with a limited budget. But even so, we'll crack on with our first game. It's the Gunners at home. Again, tough mini run of form, but mostly those 2 losses in the last 5 both came in Europe, and the draw was against a side in second place. So we're still doing really well top right now. Don't get too hung up on just 2 wins in 5. First game, the start of a win and return to winning ways. Come on, you Royals. Also, can you believe there is only 3 weeks to go until the new FC comes out? Man, oh man, where does the time go? And I guess I just want to start today's episode by saying thank you for all the support on FC24. You know, right from the beginning to where we are right now, 3 weeks away from the new game's release. It's been phenomenal, man. I've gone on record as saying it's been one of my most, if not my most, I probably would call it my most difficult FC ever. But the support you guys have given me on this game has been absolutely phenomenal, right? From my first save, beginning with Luton Town, to where we're going to be closing out with the Royals here in the Summer Career Mode. It's been fantastic, so thank you so much, man. It's your support that has really made this such a fun game for me to play, make videos on, just quite frankly, really enjoy being a part of. So thank you so much, guys. 3 weeks to go. Let's finish strong. Nice ball over the top, that for Saka to run onto. And the ball's even better. Oh my goodness, how quick was that? Saka to Kane. Spurs fans' nightmare, and Harry has just absolutely belted one in. How quick was that? Saka controls, rolls it through, and Kane's finished with a weaker left foot. Looks as though it was a stronger one. Bennett with no chance, Arsenal in front. We're really starting to slow down a bit now. We've been held scoreless in 2 of our last 3 games as well. And if we can't get back on level terms here, we'll have yet another game without a win in a really tough mini run. Our toughest of the season so far. Don't get me wrong, this is a good Arsenal team, and they've underperformed to start the season off, but they're a much better outfit than they're currently showing in the table right now. So I'm not too surprised by this, but ultimately, we know how overpowered form is. So we need a win, man. We need a good win as well. And as Anderson will crossfield to Reggie, at the moment the goals are drying up. Our form has taken a hit. And Reading's starting to stumble at a crucial stage of the season. Femi Aziz, though. Oh, hits the crossbar as he almost bent in the level. A whole second half to play, man. Don't panic. Don't panic. Plenty of time. O'Shea through the gap. Savage. Aziz, Anduni, Anderson, great ball, Esprit, oh, Esprit just about gets away, he's got to finish, stronger left foot, bang, Anduni there with me, keeping that covering defender at bay. And I often say this, but directing traffic is such an important way to get better at keeping opposition defenders guessing. In the end, I didn't need to do that. Anduni just ran with me automatically, and thankfully he did, because otherwise that covering defender would have came across and created a lot of traffic, congesting the space. Yep, Jarell Hato in 2 minds. Come across or stay with Zeki. Thankfully he does the latter, and that allows Yasser to go all the way and fire in leveler. 1-1. Now let's turn it on his head and win it. Oh, Femi win that. Yep, win him. And Savage through the gap. Anderson. Great first touch. Wilhelmer. Tight angle. How's your finish? Oh, just wide. Now Arsenal going for the late winner here. What a game. This has been action-packed, end-to-end. Both teams going for the win, and Arsenal getting it. 4 minutes to go, and it's going to be back-to-back losses, both in Berkshire. I didn't care about the loss on Thursday night. I just needed to win this one. Instead, we're going to come up with the L in our first game today. Great build-up. Lee Kang in with a finish. Gunners have won it late. This isn't going to keep us top, man, this run of form. I said at the start of the episode, don't worry too much, but we've got to get back on the winning wagon. This is a really tough defeat to take. Played well, just couldn't find a winner. In the end, lost it. Yep, really poor run of form here. Now with Chelsea and Liverpool both cutting the gap to 2 and 4 points respectively, we've got to get back to winning ways and get on a winning run as soon as possible. Let's start here on Christmas Day. That's the present I'm looking for. 3 points under the tree. Leeds away at Ellen Road. Come on, you Royals. There's something to be said about getting a really big win when you're in poor form, which I personally believe that a win of any kind is obviously going to be welcome when you're going through it, but as Anderson fires so a big win can often really reignite some confidence, because you Housery a 1-0 win, yeah, it's good to stop the rot and get something, but it doesn't really get the confidence flowing like a 3-0 away from home would, you know, and this is the feel-good factor I'm looking for today. I don't just want to win, I want a big win. Yeah, without doubt, Charlie, with him starting CB in this game. This is where I wish I didn't loan out. Oh, Anderson, what a ball. Espria. Oh, just about squeezes it in. Keeps gets a touch but can't keep it out. And Yasser makes it 2-2. I was going to say, I wish I just went back, had Owen Haynes back. Obviously, loaned him out to Brentford. And obviously, we're a lighter CB because of that. But even so, Espria with the finish ready in front. But what a ball by Anderson, man. Great creativity this guy's got. He's off to a heck of a start this season, Espria as well, man. Like, seriously, he must have got about 8-9 goals now already. As Anderson plays another good through ball. Oh, Amdouni just couldn't pull the trigger. And as it's cleared, he stays down. And Espria says, put me up top. Put me up top. He's going to go to Zeki and say, Zeki, you alright, son? You okay? Is he okay? Getting back to his feet. So I think Zeki will stay on the field. But Yasser Espria says, Amdouni, come over with me, son. You'll always be our starting striker, but I can finish like you can. What a goal. What's that for Espria now? 9 goals? 10? Dude's absolutely balling out. So if that is an injury for Amdouni, well, I think I know who'll be going up top as Harvey finds Wilhelmer. And Anderson, he's had a great start to the game. Oh, he's got to take this all away. And this is what we needed, man. Not just a win, but a big win. And let's just say, this man and the rest of them understood the assignment. Wilhelm was dominating out there, as is Espria, as are Redham. At the very top of my Christmas present wish list was a big win on Christmas Day. And I would have liked the clean sheet as well, but unfortunately lost it right at the end through Joel Pro. The most important thing was getting back to winning ways, which we will do so. Leeds ruined Bennett's clean sheet with the final touch of the game, but Reading do hold on for a comprehensive win at Elland Road. The only question is, how bad is that injury for Amdouni? Because don't get me wrong, he slowed down after a red-hot start, but he's still our main guy up top, man. And yes, Esprit is banging him in as well. But if he's down for a lengthy period of time, we could be in a bit of trouble. Fingers crossed, that's just a knock for our Swiss centre-forward. Yeah, let's have a look together as we get back to the main menu. Fingers crossed as Liverpool won once again. Let's see if it was just a bruise. I've got a feeling it was a full week, you know. I think it was a full week one for Amdouni, and it was indeed. I felt it. I've got to a point now, you know, when you've played the game for so long, you can kind of tell when you look at the animations. Yeah, that's fine, Charlie. When you look at the animations, like how bad the injuries are going to be, like especially based on how quick the player gets up. If they get up really quickly, you know he's fine. It's just a bruise. But obviously, if he stays down and is forced off, it's almost always a 7-month or possibly a 2-month one. But yeah, it's a 4-week one, and he'll be out for most of, if not all of January. But that's okay though, because right now Espria is our top scorer now with 12. It's 11 actually. I said during the game, what's he got? 8, 9 goals? It's 11. 11 in 16. The Colombian winger is balling, man. Put him up top. Next up, after just a couple of days rest, moving straight on to our following contest back home in Berkshire, where we've lost 2 on the trot here at the Medeski, and now welcoming Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United. Liverpool have just cut the gap to 1 point, and after this game, we need the official halfway stage. This is the game in hand, and I feel like we really need to win it. Get back-to-back wins for the first time in a while in the league, and get some separation on the chasing pack, who are gaining ground. Final game of December, final game of the first half of the season, Manchester United in Berkshire. Come on, you Royals. Speaking of Manchester United, as we know, Adidas have been absolutely cooking for the new season. The kits are fantastic, and I have to admit, my brother brought the, is it the away or the third? I can't remember which one it is, the white one, with the 3 stripes at the top, because it's the blue one and the white one. He bought the white one, and I've got to say, that is one of the nicest kits I've seen Adidas bring out for Manchester United in a while, man. I mean, that is one of their best kits in years, I think. I really do believe that. It is clean. Absolutely clean. And I want to say as well, like, for me, I have a bit of a bugbear about sponsors on kits. Firstly, sponsors' kits would always look better in my opinion anyway, because I'm an old head. But I have a thing about sponsors that don't really, I don't have much of a time with the brand, if you will, or I don't have the longevity with the club. But even Snapdragon, who I never even heard of, it still fits quite nice. It still fits quite nice to me. What makes a good kit is when the sponsor kind of like is seamless on the kit as well. And I think recently a lot of clubs haven't had that on their shirts, but I actually think it looks alright. But the design of the kit, just in general, is phenomenal. It's one of the best. You know, I'm a kit nerd, and it's one of the best Manchester United kits I've seen in many, many years now. Come on, don't go behind. Holland dispossessed, and no, Reggie with the tackle from behind. Did he not get a touch of the ball there? I thought he got a touch of the ball first before taking down Rasmus, but maybe I missaw that. Oh no, correct decision. Sorry, always say this when I've seen it wrong. I'll hold my hands on accept it. Now that's the right decision there, definite penalty. I thought Bond got a nick on the ball. He didn't, but he got all of the man. Rasmus stands up and it's denied regardless by Bennett. My ratio of saving penalties is so bad. Community Shield early this year, evidence of that, but Bennett with the save and it's still 0-0. Still a couple of corners, one in succession from Manchester United. Thankfully, Espria does well though, and almost got it through the gap. CJ does well, and after a really scrappy bit of play, Egan O'Reilly ends up going down, and we have yet another injury. It's crazy. We haven't had that many injuries until this season, but now we're starting to get a few in succession, and obviously I have upped the sliders a little bit because we're now playing in European football, but they're all dropping like flies in quick succession. But speaking of quick succession, that's where all the Espria's goals are coming from. It's another. It's 4 in 3. He is on fire. Hannibal looking to get past Bindon, but the Scaptain? He's the Scaptain. R-matey. He's the sea captain. What am I talking about? Anyway, here's Espria, who is playing like a captain through the gap to Guerrero for 2. Might not have got a goal, but does set it up. Gruev gives us a 2-goal cushion, and Reading surely getting back-to-back wins here in Berkshire. Oh, this was probably an even better performance than the Leeds game. Sure, we were in poor form heading into that game, really struggling and got a big win away, but to take out a good Manchester United team and most crucially get a clean sheet for the first time after none in our last 3 as well, that is a solid performance, and especially knowing that we could have been 1-0 down half an hour in and probably should have been had it not been for Bennett. In the end, our number 1 bails us out, Esprit gives us the lead, and Guerev puts in the dagger. Reading back-to-back wins and hopefully now back on track. But unfortunately, the negative was another injury. We saw him go down during the game. CJ out for 3 months with the classic broken toe, joining Tapia and Amdouni in the treatment room right now. But again, I'm pleased though. I said this before. Like I upped the sliders for this year because we weren't actually getting that many injuries. And I guess it kind of makes sense because we were only playing domestic football, not in Europe. But now we're getting a few more, and it's realistic. I always say there's ways to make the game more fun, and even though it becomes more challenging and at times frustrating as well when you players go down, especially your important players like Amdouni and Tapia, it does make the game more fun, in my opinion. So up the injury sliders this year, we're getting a more realistic rate of injuries, and this makes sense to me. Even so, at the halfway stage right now, despite the knocks, despite the mini poor patch of form, Reading, hopefully, touch wood, fingers crossed, back on track, and now top of the table and back clear by 4 as well. Most wins in the league, second highest scorer, behind Man City in 4th, but best defensive record right now, and as things stand, clear of Liverpool by 4 and 7 clear of Chelsea and 8 clear of Man City as well. Right now the bottom 3 though, as you will see, with Newcastle really struggling this year, Bristol City, Leeds and Fulham all on 14 points. And as the January window opens, and we see that Amos and Castro have both agreed their loan spells as well, so we'll keep an eye on them there at Espanyol and Adana Demirspor in Turkey. Let's jump into our following game, and it is indeed one of the biggest of the season so far. We just took on a close competitor in Chelsea and had a goalless draw. Now we've got a team that have now gone into second place themselves. Liverpool 4 points behind us. The Reds could cut the gap to 1 with a win, or we could possibly go 7 clear with a big 3 points here in Berkshire and 3 wins on the trot. Let's see if we can get a massive victory here to go further clear in pole position. Come on, you Royals. Had to highlight him pre-games. He's just on the ball there too. Bruno Fernandes through the middle for Liverpool. Yeah, well, you get a few seasons into career mode, things do get a little bit kinky. I mean, you've got, what did we see earlier? Harry Kane belting one in for Arsenal. And Yeah, now Fernandes, as Bennett makes a great save there. The heartbeat of the Liverpool team. Yeah. Oh, Reading are top of the table, by the way. In the Premier League. Yeah, it just happens, man. Career mode, after a few years, things do just get a little bit crazy. Just like our game against Chelsea. Granted, we're top, but once again, I would take the point here. Just stop the teams below us gaining ground, cutting the deficit. And of course, it's also worth pointing out, we might be top of the table, but we're still the underdogs. As, Femi clips the bar, and Liverpool get it away. Anderson with the offload, Aziz just couldn't clip it underneath the bar. And the Reds escape. Very good start to the game. 26 minutes in, but both teams going for the win here. Reggie, to Femi. Savage to Bond. Great. Great work. Excellent build-up. Bond! And who else but Asprilla? I tried to shift it onto the left. In the end, I shifted it onto the right. And I think that is what helped Alisson make the save. Because with the left foot, Asprilla buries that. Totally fluffed my lines after a brilliant build-up. That is on brand for Mr. Doxy boy. Binden's shot easily caught. Should have been 1-0. Bruno Fernandes has it cut out by Reggie. And then dispossessed by Fernandes. These two have been going at it all game long. I love it when there's a little individual duel. Bond and Bruno have both been going at it in this one. As we're still deadlocked here. Liverpool looking to win it late. Oh, Rodrigo, great turn. And O'Shea doesn't know. No, he doesn't. Rodrigo gets it back and drills it in. Liverpool might have won it late. Been on top in this game. But didn't take my chances and thus I've been punished. Been on top for most of this game as Anderson does really well. Oh, Anderson, brilliantly done. Get it across to you-know-who. Yasser Asprilla, denied by Alisson. He has been big between the sticks, the Brazilian. He's made some fantastic saves and another one to ensure Liverpool will probably hold on. Try as I might, half and a puff, just couldn't break through. Liverpool will hold on to a massive 3 points and cut the gap to 1. That is a huge win in our backyard, man. And after the game, this is a strange one. Barcelona putting in a £12 million bid for Zinedine Davis. He has got me a goal this year, of course, in the Europa League. But I said this before, but like when a player signs a new contract, for me, they're off limits for at the very, very least 6 months. The very, very least, the first transfer window they sign a new contract in. But for me, I try and keep them for the entire year, personally. And that's what I think I'll do with Zinedine Davis as well. And there is a bid for McGree as well. Who's that from? Fulham. Putting in a bid for the Aussie, and you know he's going to want more game time, but oh man, he's so clutch for me, man. He saved my bacon on more than one occasion, so I'm not letting him go, especially not in January. And Patrick Oakley also signed a new contract in the summer. It's going nowhere as well. Right, following game and heading into this one is indeed the FA Cup third round. Wayne Rooney's Plymouth, the EFL side, come to Berkshire. Of course, aims to defend that trophy. Won it last year with the asterisk, beating all EFL sides all the way to the final, and an EFL side in the final as well. And we've got another one for the new year as well. Reading, match fixing, I'm sure, or draw fixing even. Plymouth, and in the third round, come on you Royals. I've faced EFL sides before in cup ties, don't get me wrong. And including in a couple of finals as well. In fact, this year, with I think it was in my Fulham career mode, or maybe Swansea, maybe both actually. Faced Burnley in cup finals. But to face EFL sides all the way, every single round, yeah, last season was the first time that's ever happened to me. A true gift from the air gods, which I was not prepared to give up. Felix Bishop takes his time, all the time in the world, and the finish as well. Reading in front, once again, another EFL side in the cup. Conspiracy theorists, they'll be saying it. Reading only get the EFL side. Something's going on with the draws, man. Draw fixing, but Reading in front anyway. McGree to Reggie, space to run into. And as he looks to cross, he'll win a corner. He'll win a corner. Good tracking back there by Mumba, but Bond at least winning us a set piece. As we look to go 2-0 up 27 minutes in. As soon as we do that, I'll take my starters off. And the reason why I said as soon as we do that is because I knew it was on the cards, man. Fast start. It was only a matter of time. And that, I think, is going to do it even too early on. Binden, the captain, with a rare goal. Reading surely going through to the fourth round. Calling it now. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Fair play. That was really nice. An offload and a good save by Bennett and a bit calamitous, but danger cleared. And an injury as well. Oh my goodness, now we really are seeing players drop like flies. Jake Cooper now goes down as well. And that to me, I would say, is probably a broken toe. Another injury. Well, I've upped the sliders. Now, I don't think I need to tone them down just yet, but we are now seeing players drop like flies. With all the extra games in the calendar, it makes sense. But there's another one. It's not going to stop us from going through, though. That's the only negative to what has otherwise been a comfortable display. Riley, with our third, put us in the hat for the 4th round. Yep, comfortable win for Reading, which I expected it would be even before a ball was kicked. Wayne Rooney's side blunted. They needed a bit of that Rooney prime firepower. But in the end, had no resistance whatsoever to our attacking play ourselves. Put us in the hat for the 4th round. Prime Wayne Rooney was a problem on his day, honestly. I'm not sure what season you actually would say was his prime. I would probably say 08-09, but tough one. Tough one. I mean, the dude was just so good when he was really on it. And it was indeed a broken toe for Jake Cooper. So another injury. And I must say, I'm considering possibly bringing back Owen Haynes now. Because Tapia's down, Egan Riley is down. 2 of our defenders, or defensive players, I should say. And now Cooper joining him as well. Owen's grown 5 out on loan at Brentford right now. And they're in the playoffs in the Championship as well. And it's not that they're going for the title either. Currently 14 behind the Blade. So I would understand if they were first or even in second where my guys are right now, but I think because of that, in the playoffs, yeah, he's doing okay out on loan. They're doing okay in the second tier, but I think I can recall him, man. I think I'm well within my rights to recall him, and that's what I'm going to do. He's grown 5 out on loan. This is why I always say it's best to loan out players. He's grown more in half a season here than he did, I think, in seasons 2 and season 3 combined, but I'm bringing him back. And does he have a potential upgrade? No, it stays an exciting prospect, but that's much needed now with the injury to Cooper and O'Shea as well. His stamina is not always recovering due to that suspension bug, or just the fact he's got low stamina. But anyway, Haynes is back. And I would say now as well, I could probably put him straight in the first 11 because of the overall increase. He's certainly good enough for the bench, and I'd say he's a better centre-half than O'Shea, and of course a left-footed player as well alongside Bindon. The partnership restored after 6 months thanks to O'Shea for coming back and plugging the gap, but now he'll be going on to the bench. But that was the plan anyway, long term. It just happened quicker than we expected. Right, following game, we'll do 2. Should we do 2 more, or maybe it's our last one? We'll see who we got in the FA Cup 4th round draw for sure, and do deadline day. This might be our last or our penultimate one, but it's Bristol City, the Robins away at Ashton Gate, struggling in the bottom 3, newly promoted side here, aiming to record a scalp in southwest England. Bristol City away. Come on, you Royals. Man, this has been a tough old game, honestly. Still tied at 0-0. It's my passing just has not been there in this game. It's one of those where you can't blame the striker because he's had no service. You know, you might look at the no goal scored and think, what on earth is your man up top doing? Well, he hasn't had a chance to do anything because he hasn't had the ball yet, and that's Riley McGree. We know if he gets a chance, he'll take it, but it's getting him once being the problem right now. As Anderson slides through Femi, this should be 1-0. He's through on goal, and he ain't going to miss. Only got the one chance, but it might be the only chance we need. Femi with the opener, Reading in front just after the hour mark. Well, I must say, this has been quite a poor game. And considering we're top and the Robins are in the bottom 3, you would have thought this would be a formality. In the end, shut the door on us quite well, but conversely, we also shut the door on them. They didn't get a chance, we got one, in the end we took it, and that is why we will win it. In fact, we might get a second late on. Who else but McGree? No! You put your house on him to score that, but you'd be homeless come the full-time whistle. Great save, keeps it at 1-0. As Haynes on his comeback game, I think, handled the ball and thus couldn't shoot. Not going to matter though, McGree might have missed a chance to add to his goal tally, but Reading do return to winning ways in the league. Stay on top of the table with a grind at 1-0. We'll take it, 3 points at Ashton Gate. And so, as we're going to get through to deadline day, we'll see just before that who we've got in the draw for the FA Cup 4th round. It might actually come just before that as wow. Haynes has come back, and Roma on the back of his great display there at Ashton Gate, put in a massive bid, but sorry guys, I've recalled him to keep him, not to sell him, so I'll turn down both of those deals there for our youth boys, and we should see the draw for the FA Cup 4th round here. Well, eventually we'll get there in a second. Hold on, as another bid comes in for JJ. This is like, I wish you could like auto reject offers whilst you're going through to a certain date, but there it is actually, there it is. It's Newcastle away. Can we squeeze that in today? Oh, all the bids coming in. Yeah, I'm squeezing that in today. We'll end on that. Newcastle away, and finally, Reading have got a Premier League side in the FA Cup. About time. And as we see, just prior to the FA Cup 4th round tie, that Kelvin is going to leave on a free transfer. Farewell and thank you for the service as one of the Season 1 OGs finally leaves us. Only 1 goal in 2.5 years. So, yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. We'd always love him. We'd always be thankful for the goals he scored in our League 1 title-winning season, but just not cut out for this level. Our final game today, FA Cup 4th round. Newcastle United away at St James's Park, aiming to keep our title defence going. Come on, you Royals. It's pretty cool how we're in Season 5 right now, and we still got quite a few of the OGs here. Kanaya Boyce-Clark remains our backup goalkeeper. Bindon is, of course, club captain. Harvey Nibbs is a regular starter as well. Abrifa comes off the bench, not very often, but, you know, and, of course, don't forget Femi on the right-hand side as well. So it's oh, and Charlie Savage as well. So we've still got quite a few players that we inherited here, and that's really cool, man. Doing an RCG, it can be tempting at times just to scrap the whole team from the first transfer window, and no one would blame you for it when you're working with a really poor team. But I don't know, man. It's kind of nice to keep certain players here as part of the core and the transitional period as well. But there comes a time when they will need to leave, and I guess right now that time is now for a few players. As that almost crept in. Kelvin, probably the other Kelvin, and Kamara as well. I think all are going to leave at the end of the season. Careful. As Bennett makes the save at the near post. It's all Newcastle in the early stages, man. 26 minutes in. Lucky to still be tied. Literally can't get out of my half right now. There's that header. Oh, clips the top of the crossbar and goes over. Well, you know, the last thing we want is a replay with so much fixture congestion with the European knockout ties coming soon. At the moment, we'll be lucky to get one. I have came out and laid an egg here, and we're fortunate not to be behind. I've been terrible. We've got Aston Villa in 3 days' time, and as big of a game as that's going to be in the Premier League, I don't want the cup run to end in the 4th round, especially as it's the only time we've had a Premier League side since the Season 4. As Almiron fires it in and says, Reading can only beat the EFL sides. Oh, it's embarrassing. This is what's going to make it even worse, man. It's like, yeah, we won the cup last year, but only through facing EFL sides. The first time we take on a Premier League side, and we're going to get knocked out straight away with a terrible performance. This is showing up just how fortunate we were last year. And I'll come out and say it. There is no way we would have won the cup last year had we not had that ridiculously lucky run of EFL sides all the way. No way. Reading trick yard, man. Put the asterisk next to that winner's medal. As Espria finds Dennis. Amdouni on his comeback game. I need Jazeki. Oh, hits the bar. Constantly hitting the woodwork today. And through the gap. Possibly our last chance. Aziz, Amdouni getting in, gets it, and finishes. Oh, what a let-off. Zeki Amdouni on his comeback game, forcing a replay at the Medeski. What an escape. From next season onwards, cup replays will be scrapped in English football, and you know, whilst Doxy Boy approves of that decision, he's a hypocrite, because at the end of this game, he's celebrating it like he's just got through. Yeah, Amdouni bails us out and ensures we'll go back to Berkshire with still a chance to progress through at the second time of asking. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career, guys. So big thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode with more big games in the Premier League right now, clinging on to top spot. League cut to top by 1 point from Liverpool, and also 7 clear of Chelsea as well, but still really tight with 17 games to go and sitting precariously at the top of the table. We'll have the FA Cup 4th round replay against Newcastle deadline day, and also the draw for the Europa League last 16 as well, and possibly the first leg too. I guess we'll see. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.